I guess because of the numbers I made up, it ended up that way. But in this case, on a interest adjusted basis, you get your money back sometime during year 3. On a cash basis, sometime year 2. That highlighting is very important because I don't have to scan through. If your eyes are like me and you're this close, I didn't see that little option in front of me. In this case, I don't have to worry about it right there. And we're going to calculate something called payback period. The way we're going to calculate it, I know it happens sometime in year 2, but we're going to act as if all that 15,000 in year 2 comes at a uniform rate. So the length of time it takes me to get my money back is 1 year and something. So I'm going to, at the end of year 1, I still have a deficit of 500. So how long of the year 2 has to pass for me to recover that? Basically, I'm going to prorate it. But first, I need to grab in what year this thing has a rose color. Okay. In the past, I've done some other stuff, but it's a lot easier. Count if. Let me actually use the if function helper for this. This is a nice little function. Given a criteria, it counts the number of cells that satisfy that criteria. The range is the range of cells from which you want to count non-blank cells. Okay, and this is my range. Actually, no. This is my range. And criteria is greater than 0. I'm sorry, less than 0. And you have to put it in quotation marks. So this automatically tells me that there is 1 year where the running cash flow is negative. And if I change the numbers, for example, this is now that should be a 2. Okay. Now I know what to start with. Let's figure out what to add to it. Let's call this payback year. And let's see. Or cash flow that year. Deficit that year. This is the actual year before the payback. There are multiple ways to do it, but the function offset, again, let's use this one to make sure that you take a certain reference, in this case, running cash, okay? And I'm going to offset that by a certain number of rows and certain number of columns. In this case, I'm going to go 2 cells down, nothing about columns. No, 3 cells down. I need to go. I'm sorry. Since I call that payback here, let's call that, why is that dollar formatted? I don't know. Just want to make sure that it wasn't 0. So immediately it grabbed the 29, whatever. Again, I can do all of this in one cell, but just for clarity, I'm not going to. Or cash flow that year. I'm not gonna do it for running PV yet. You get the idea. Deficit year before. I'm gonna do offset again. I'm gonna offset this by this minus 1 cells. Did I do it right? Let's see. Oh, I need to offset F15. Sorry, not E15. And this should be the cash flow, which means I need to offset D. Not FD, D. See, in year 4, I made $35,000. In year 3, I still had 5232 deficit. So basically, this space takes care of it. And payback period, let's just call that PB. You take the payback year minus the deficit year before, or let's do it this way. Yeah, minus. No, plus. Deficit year before divided by cash flow that year. So it's 385. You have to have, no, I don't think I did that right. So let's put a negative in front of this. So that's minus 1 plus deficit year before plus that. Okay. It's only about 1/6, about year 4 has to elapse for me to recover 5232. This way, my payback period is also automatically calculated. Obviously, we can do the same thing for discounted payback, which I'm going to leave it to next time. In the meantime, I'm going to take care of table formula issue because it's going to make our life a lot easier. Otherwise, it doesn't matter. Yeah, you can manually add stuff, but I don't want to. I'll post this so that if you guys want to work on it, to see how I do things. For now, let's just leave those. And I'll see you guys on Monday.